What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're discussing retargeting on Facebook and Instagram, your traditional MOFU, BOFU, or middle of funnel, bottom of funnel account structure. Talk a lot about on this channel about testing strategy and how to scale top of funnel. And in today's video, based on a question I had on a previous video, we're going to be discussing middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, or retargeting if you're more familiar with that terminology. So, let's preface this first. In today's world, I've found that MOFU BOFU is not what it used to be before iOS 14.5. You can't target as many people or retarget as many people as you used to be able to. And one of the best things that you could retarget was the BOFU catalog sales, which is bottom of funnel catalog sales, where you would be able to dynamically pull a picture of a product that they left in their shopping cart and then say, hey, you left this in your shopping cart. I would see like literally on average with like $200-$300 a day in ad spend, 8 to 12x ROAS from that bottom of funnel catalog sales campaign. But unfortunately, due to iOS 14.5, we're not able to track that in Facebook. So that audience is kind of like depleted unless you're doing massive volume. So in today's video, I'll go through like your standard middle of funnel and bottom of funnel structure. And hopefully that helps you out with your retargeting efforts. So let's dive into the iPad. All right. So if you know of your funnel, right, let's draw this out here. So here's your funnel. Okay. So you have cold, warm, and hot. All right. Now cold is all of your top of funnel stuff, right? This would be mid and this would be bottom. Now, cold traffic is people who have no idea who your brand is. They've never seen you before. They've never engaged with you before at all. Warm audiences are people who have given you an eyeball, right? They've looked at a video. They've watched the video over 50% of the view. Maybe they visited your website. Maybe they read a blog post. Maybe they scrolled through, viewed some content on your website, right? But they haven't performed any action on your site, meaning they didn't click the add to cart button or they didn't sign up for your newsletter, right? Then you have bottom of funnel, which is people who performed actions like add to cart, initiate checkout, sign up for your newsletter, things like that. Okay. So when it comes to the middle of funnel or MOFU, what I like to do is you have to create these audiences on Facebook, obviously. But what MOFU is going to be is your, let's talk about this first. So what is the range of retargeting? Okay. Now I typically see that you have about a 30-day cycle to close somebody. And the closer you get to day 30, the less and less likely you are to convert that person, okay? So you can't retarget people from 365 days ago that added a cart and expect them to buy today because they're probably either A, already bought the product, or B, are no longer interested. People's interests change all the time. So you want to really limit it in the beginning. You want to limit your approach to retargeting. So I would say 30 days, maybe 90 days if you're doing tons of volume. But traditionally it's probably squeezed into 30 days, okay? And then again, people from the 0 to 7 day abandonment of cart or website visitors are more likely to purchase from you than someone who abandoned cart 65, even 3 weeks to a year ago. All right. So middle of funnel, you're looking at your Facebook engagers, your Instagram engagers. All right. Site visitors. And then video views. If you're running a lot of video creative, now you don't want to do everyone who saw your video for 1 second. I would say somewhere between 50 and 75% of watched, right? So if you have a 1 minute video and they watched 30 seconds to 45 seconds, they didn't just see your video on a fluke or stop by for 2 seconds to see the hook and then bounce. You want some people that were actually like engaged in your content in some way. All right. So 50 to 75% video views watch time. And that's going to be your MOFU. So what you want to do is go into your audience manager, create these audiences. This will be one campaign. Oops. So MOFU is the name of your campaign. All right. And these are going to be, each one of these is its own ad set because you want to know where the sales are coming from if you are getting sales, right? So the same way we individualize interests or broad targeting lookalikes with their own ad set, you want to do the same thing for MOFU. So don't stack these all together in one ad set. You want to know where the sales are coming from. For future purposes. We'll talk about that in a future video. But Facebook engagers, Instagram engagers, site visitors, and then video views. Again, these people just put their eyeballs on some of your content, whether it be a site visitor on your website, or they engage with something on your social media channels, or they watched your videos 50% to 75%, okay, and above. Now, when it comes to bottom of funnel, BOFU, right? These are people that performed an action on your site. So this could be newsletter. So you have a pop-up discount on your website, save 15% on your first purchase. These people performed an action that said they want a discount. So their likelihood of purchasing from you in the future is pretty high because they're already going in there committing their email address to you for this coupon, right? So your newsletter, then you have your add to cart. All right. Then we can do initiate checkout, but I like to group add to cart and initiate checkout together. So this will be add to cart plus initiate checkout. Hopefully you can see that still. Yep. Okay, cool. And then after all, then you have like your past purchaser retargeting, right? So this is going to be all your past purchasers. Now for your past purchasers, this can be, I think for the pixel, up to 180 days. If you're using a CDP, which is like a customer database, essentially, you could target beyond that. Or if you're using Klaviyo, you can sync your entire past purchasers list from infinity time, right, lifetime of your brand, into the past purchasers. All right, so that's going to be your standard bottom of funnel. And then the third one was BOFU. Now this is in its own campaign because it is a catalog campaign. All right, actually you can still see this. BOFU catalog sales. Now you're going to set this up to be a catalog, and then your audiences within this campaign, right? So these are all campaign. We'll just do camp. Now I like to segment this from 0 to 3 days. This one will be 4 to 7 days, 8 to 14, and you'll have another one. So these are all ad sets, right? And then this one will be 15 to 30 days. Now, as they get from add to cart, day 0 today, they add to cart and they abandon, to day 30, you need to over incentivize them to come back. Okay, so we'll talk about the creative for each one of these things. Let me just create a new. Actually, let's erase all this. Take a screenshot now. I'm erasing it. When it comes to the creative you're putting in these, they will all vary a little bit. All right. So maybe someone who's been engaged with your content just needs to see some testimonials, some reviews, the product in use in a different way. So if you're leading a product with this benefit, maybe show some additional benefits in your retargeting. So MOFU standard is going to be testimonials. Right? This is like a movie video or some sales letter type stuff. One could be reviews, which is kind of different. You can take reviews from your website and screenshot them and make that an ad, or you can stack them together in a carousel and make that an ad. And then this is like alternative, so alt benefits. All right. And then BOFU standard is traditionally, what did they stop doing? What was their last action on the website? If it was add to cart, you want to say, hey, you left these items in your shopping cart, come back and buy now, right? That's kind of the general messaging you want to put in BOFU. And then catalog sales, you're really upping the urgency. All right, so catalog sales, this keeps changing. So here's how I outline this. So 0 to 3 day, add to cart, right? Then we got 4 to 7, 8 to 14, and then 15 to 30. So here's how I kind of outline this, right? So if they added a cart in the last 3 days, you just want to remind them, hey, you left this in your shopping cart, come back and buy now. If you're a one product store, you can even just, you don't even need the catalog. You just put this in a static ad, right? But this is a simple reminder, okay? 4 to 7 days, you want to do a reminder. So we're going to stack all these together, right? Like stacking them, meaning like 0 to 3 day is a part of 4 to 7 days as well. So it's a reminder plus urgency. Now, how do you do that? Well, you say, hey, you left this in your shopping cart and it's actually about to expire in 48 hours or 72 hours, whatever you want to do to add urgency there, okay? Or you can do something along the lines of scarcity, right? Which is some items in your shopping cart are at risk of selling out, right? So then the next one will be reminder plus scarcity, all right? Again, scarcity is limited product quantities, and then urgency is something's going to happen, like the offer is going to close, the sale's almost over, something along those lines. All right. Now, 15 to 30 days is really where you want to incentivize them with a discount. Okay, so 20% off. Let's start there. Also, within the 8 to 14 days, since they're kind of reaching that middle ground where they're going to be becoming a cold audience again, you can also add, like, let's say 10 to 15% off here. Again, just to incentivize them to come purchase. Why are they purchasing? Well, it's a reminder, A, you're telling them about the scarcity, about products that are going to be selling out, and then a discount will just get them over. If they're having a pricing objection, then you'll get them over the hurdle and make a purchase with you, okay? And then 15 to 30 days is just your maximum. What is the most you're willing to give them in form of a discount? Now, again, you can play with these things. Like, it doesn't need to be a 10 to 15% off discount. It could say, come back and buy now, and we'll throw in a free sticker pack. It could be, we'll throw in an additional hat or whatever, a free goodie item, right? To get them to come back and buy. So it's either going to be adding more value to an order, their first order, by adding additional products that you normally charge for, keychains, sticker packs, things along those lines. And then urgency is, again, just kind of like your cart's going to expire. That's typically to get them over, just if they're worried about, I guess, the thing that they wanted to buy, their cart expiring. Maybe they have 5 or 6 items in their cart and they don't want to go back through your whole website and shop for those again with the sizing and everything else. They can go back and check out immediately. Okay. Now, most people, the biggest conversions I see here is between these two right here. These would be your biggest returns. And then these people, again, you're just trying to get back some of that ad spend and get some first-time buyers to come back and buy. All right. So that's your standard middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, and then your catalog sales. Now, again, because we can't necessarily target people based on what they added to cart as much anymore, you could take the same messaging and put it into just Bofu standard if you'd like to. But really, you don't want to just show them the same ad 47 times. Like, Facebook can do that naturally at top of funnel level if you don't have exclusions included in that, right? So if you're not excluding people that added a cart, visited the website, engaged with Facebook, engaged with Instagram, right? It's going to naturally show people that same top of funnel ad multiple times, and that's what your frequency number means. I hope all this is making sense. Drop some comments below if you're confused, or if you want me to kind of go more into detail on some of these things. But yeah, this is all going to come down to A, you have to make the audiences. All right. And then B is the messaging. Okay. Now, when it comes to, like I say, I use this for product launches. These, Mofu audiences, people who have been engaging with you for a long time. Like, let's just say, hey, we now offer 3XL. Maybe someone's been engaging with you that's wanted to buy, but you didn't have their size, right? That's a real thing that happens. Maybe in Bofu, something sold out before they were able to buy it, right? You had a limited edition release, and they went to go buy it, but by the time they went to check out, it was already sold out. These audiences can really work well for that. But again, top of funnel, cold traffic without any exclusions on Facebook in that ad set is going to naturally retarget these people anyway. Now, these used to be evergreen campaigns. I used to run these things, and it was amazing because what I would go for essentially is I wanted a 4x ROAS account wide. All right. So my goal was at 4x. Sorry for the time it takes to erase this. Okay. So let's just say, like, my goal is like a 4x ROAS, right? Back when I was caring about ROAS. Now I look at CAC and NCAC, right? But top of funnel, call it tofu, right? This is going to be like 70% of overall budget. Okay. 70 to 80%, I would say, of overall budget. So let's just go 70 to 80, somewhere in between there. Now, retargeting between Mofu and Bofu, it all really depends on where your customer is getting held up. Maybe they went to go check out, but they saw a crazy cost of shipping and they bounced, right? So again, you could say, hey, limited time only, free shipping as another offer you can give to them at Bofu level. But here you want to split the remaining 30%. You could do 15, 15, right? If you see more people down here, you could do 20, 10, or maybe 20, 10 the other way, right? So play around with these budgets and see what your returns are. But back in the day, top of funnel, my goal was like a 2.5x. Let's just say 2.5x ROAS. Okay. And then what I would get in Mofu would be like a 6. And then Bofu would be like, an 8. And then Bofu catalog sales was like a 12x ROAS. It was absolutely insane before iOS 14.5. essentially what that means is like when these audiences like used to be like 1,000 people, now it's like 150 or less. So you're just not giving it enough room to find these audiences, especially equating to ad spend and impressions and all that kind of stuff. So one last thing I'll leave you with is for MoFu and BoFu, or bottom of funnel and middle of funnel, right? I like to see frequency. So frequency is how many impressions one person saw. All right, so like on top of funnel, you'll see between 1.3 and 1.9. In middle of funnel, you can do somewhere between 4 and 6 is like my sweet spot for frequency before the conversions drop. Now this changes for every single store. Okay, this changes for all the brands, but I generally see between 4 and 6x. So you want to spend more. If you're only getting a 3x frequency and you have a 7x ROAS, up that frequency up and see if you can't convert more people, and then find your middle ground. And then for BoFu, generally speaking, this is somewhere between like 6 and 9x. Frequency, okay? Frequency, again, this is how many times one person saw your ad. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. I hope that explains not only the structure for middle of funnel and bottom of funnel, the audiences that you're going to need to create. Let's actually just cover that one more time, wrap it up with that. So in Audience Manager on Facebook, you're going to want to create these audiences. All right, so middle of funnel, so this is going to be Facebook engagers, IG engagers, site visitors, okay, and then video views. Now, restrict these to 30 days when you're starting out, okay? So 30 days, that doesn't erase. Why am I doing that? I'm writing on the whiteboard way too often. All right, so 30 days. This is also 30. This is 30. And this is going to be 50 to 75% of your video watch time. Now, if you have a 4-second video, 2 seconds, you're going to, drop that. And we're back. If you do have, small clips that you're sharing, this is going to be a massive audience for you, but test it out either way. And then bottom of funnel, and then bottom of funnel catalog. You want to create these audiences. Okay, so bottom of funnel, this would be add to cart. Let's do 30 days. Initiate checkout, 30 days. And then bottom funnel catalog sales is going to be add to cart, 0 to 3 days, 4 to 7, 8 to 14, and then 15 to 30. And now in theory, if they saw the top of funnel ad, they engage with your Facebook, they went to your website, added a cart, they're going to be able to see all 4 of these retargeting ads, right? All of these guys, they should be able to see all of them. So keep increasing that incentive, increase the scarcity, increase the urgency. You can do this creatively, offering them free products like keychains, sticker packs, really high margin, low cost to you items. You can do this with an expiration of their cart is going to expire and they have to come back and reshop everything. You can do this with discount codes. It's adding more value, adding more bang for the buck, and then you'll have happy customers. All right, now this video was brought to you by someone's comment on another video. So if you have anything that you would like to see me cover on this channel, please drop them in the comments below. I not only reply to all my comments as if you're like a student of mine, but I also create future videos based off of what you leave down there. And also subscribe to the channel. I launched a brand new company, a brand new clothing brand about 4 weeks ago now, and we're already at $7,224 in sales in the first 30 days. All right. So I'm documenting this entire thing. Next week, I'll have a video on that. And that's going to wrap up today's video. As always, keep on testing. You got this. Once you figure out the marketing, you're going to see explosive revenue growth in your brand. Don't give up. If I can learn this, you can learn this. Now, again, I've spent well over 6 figures learning how to do this. And I tell you strategies that I'm currently using and also that have worked for me in the past for you to test out in your own account. Every brand, every business, every ad account is different within the constraints of audiences and things like that. So test these things out on your account. Give me the feedback. Let me know what's working for you, what's not working. And I will continue to share what works in my account with you. All right, that's it for today's video. See you in the next one. Like, subscribe, please. Peace.